Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is new comic book day for the week of March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Tim's wearing blue. Tim's wearing green. I'm not. I didn't realize what day it was. I'm sorry. This episode brought to you by shirts. I have one that is green, so like you can get that. Get yourself a Cholo dinosaur. I'm sure he's green mostly. That works.
Hey guys, Tim from the comic book store, Capes and Scowls podcast, over on Apple Podcasts. Go do stuff with that, interact with it. People love it when you do that. Helps us out. And Team Ashen, which is Paul's cosplay group. If you haven't checked them out, they're on YouTube. They're everywhere. Well, you're on YouTube, but we're everywhere, so that's what we do. Let's talk about some trades. There's a million of them this week. We got Batman Beyond. This is volume 8. This run has been super solid from beginning to end. Very good stuff. If you're into Batman Beyond and you haven't been reading this, please pick it up. We got Revolver by Matt Kindt. I love everything Matt Kindt does. Super sweet guy. Sheriff of Babylon getting a re-release. This was originally 2 trades. This is Tom King. Really good stuff if you want some real-world stuff from Tom King, not superhero-related. Superman vs. Shazam. There's a lot of different cool stories in this volume. Old stuff, new stuff, all the stuff. Dawn of X. I still hate this. I still hate this format. I don't ever want to see it again. I'm sorry, but it's true. Stillwater. This is Zdarsky. We reviewed this. This is a pretty sweet book. Zdarsky can really do it all. We've got Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. Paul read a good chunk of this. He really enjoyed that. We've got Hawkeye, which is also Kelly Thompson, isn't it? There you go. This is Kate Bishop Hawkeye stuff. Getting a re-release in the smaller, more digest size. Johnny Boo and the Silly Blizzard. Boom. Everything this guy does is pretty great. Even super fuckers, which is weird. The Goon, Volume 3 from Albatross. Goon's always a good story. We got Drakon, New Dawn. This is we reviewed this as well. Power Rangers. Pretty cool series. The Juggernaut, reviewed that. Man, we review a lot of stuff. Juggernaut was a really cool miniseries that people really weren't expecting. Bill and Ted Are Doomed. This came out around the time that the new movie came out. It bridges, some of that in between stuff. We got Iron Man, Volume 1 again. How many Volume 1s do you think Iron Man has in the last 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? It's gross. Ultraman, Rise of Ultraman. This was super good. If you're into some kaiju stuff, which I hope you are. Bloodshot, Rising Spirit. Bloodshot's been a pretty cool book for Valiant. It seems to be one of their better titles, just constantly getting new stuff in the series. We have The Fall, Volume 1. I don't know anything about this, but it looks awesome. So I may check that out a little later. And then finally, I've got Curtis Hill by Pow. I've reviewed Pow stuff before. Very cool style. So this is probably something I'll check out as well.
First up, we have Maria Llovet's Eros and Psyche issue number 1. This is one of those issues that I have. I have a similar problem with brand new series, is that without reading the preview, you should get a very good idea of what is going on with the book. Unfortunately, this one doesn't. However, reading the previews and everything, this looks like it could be a really good book. You're meeting a new character as she reminisces about her time at this boarding school for witchcraft and the things that go bad and things that go well. Like I said, it's really good. The simplistic storytelling is interesting. The only problem is, like I said, it just doesn't go to where the central problems begin. So I believe it will get better. But yeah, it's just one of my pet peeves. I shouldn't have to read a preview guide to kind of get an idea of what's going on in the book. And you kind of needed that with this book. I'm not saying it's bad, just that's my issue. So pick it up if you want.
All right, first up we have The Bequest. This is a pretty awesome book from Aftershock. It's Tim Seeley, who's done tons of different stuff over the years. A wide range on this guy. And you got the Fred Williams III doing the art. Love his art. Loved it on the Masters of the Universe Injustice book, the Batman Turtle book. Just good, solid work all around. This is a D&D campaign, essentially. This is what if these D&D characters found a way to Earth, and what would Earth do with a portal to a magical realm? It's pretty sweet. I enjoyed so much about this, and I had told Paul he should read this because I had a feeling it'd be up his alley, and I was right, so I'm going to force him to read it later. Um, but yeah, it's a good book. I really enjoyed it. If you're into fantasy stuff with a real world twist on it, this is really good. I like a lot of the setup in it, and I like the party of characters, and I'm very curious to see where it goes.
Next up, we have Radiant Black issue number 2. This book is awesome. The writing and the storytelling are fantastic. The art is beautiful. We are picking up with our main character as he is starting to learn a little bit more about his suit, or at least trying to get an idea about the suit. And then you realize, well, I mean, apparently there was a guy that was wearing the same suit in red, and he was robbing banks. So let me go talk to him. That doesn't go well. It just doesn't. And it's such a good back and forth with him just trying to ask questions, just getting the crap kicked out of him the entire time. You get a little bit more storytelling. Some touching moments between him and his father I really, really liked in this book. So like there's a lot of heart in between all the action and adventure with this book. So this is definitely going to be turning into one of my favorites. You should definitely pick it up.
Next up, we have UltraMega. This thing is massive. It's a thicker book. It's $7.99, but it's a thicker book. Image. It's James Herron and Dave Stewart. This is like R-rated Ultraman kind of stuff. If you like kaiju, this is up your alley. Really gross critters, really gross monsters. It's a pretty cool idea. It involves a plague that infects people, and this chosen man is destined to fight them. He's kind of a washed-up boxer at the end of his career, recently retired. The world is kind of our world, but it's like robots kind of took a lot of the jobs, and it's kind of that kind of a feel of a story where it's probably where we're heading, technologically speaking. And you basically, if you get this virus, which appears to be somewhat at random, you'll turn into a big effing monster. So this guy who gets this magical amulet kind of thing from mystery alien turns into this UltraMega thing that just fights. It's Ultraman, and he fights these monsters, and it is violent and gross, and blood everywhere, and carnage and destruction. I won't give away kind of where this goes, but holy crap, you just don't see a lot of this issue coming, and it is wild. This is definitely a comic experience you don't get too often. I enjoyed it a bunch, so if you're into kaiju stuff and you're into a little bloodier, a little more violent, this is definitely for you, so check this out.
My pick of the week. Anytime this book comes out, it's just air. This is the penultimate issue of Eratic, meaning we only got one more issue left, and Ali is trying to kind of get back to school because one of the reborns is attacking the school, and he's stuck without his powers. And the art in here is fantastic. This is probably one of the best written stories featuring high schoolers that I've ever read. It's that good as far as believing how these people would act. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Everything feels like, yeah, that's a decision I think they would make, and that's a decision I think this person would make. Like that's actually very important in comics. There's not words that are put on the page that people look and are like, I don't think they'd say that. They would. But this is really, really good. The action is amazing. He finds new powers, all of that stuff, just in time for his first one. I really, really hope this book does well enough to get more, because I need more of this character. I don't want just more than 5 issues. I don't want just 5 issues. I want more. So hopefully you read it and you do too.
And finally, what's my pick of the week? He's not paying attention. It's Orphan and the Five Beasts. This is a Dark Horse book. It is super awesome. It's James Stokoe. I never know how to pronounce his name. But he's done a lot of really good stuff with Godzilla, especially over the years. Art style is bonkers good. This book feels like Berserk to me, which you know I love Berserk. And his style definitely adds to that, where it's this super detailed, just crazy amount of detail in the art. You get a little bit of violence, not a ton to start, but you get some violence. And essentially what it is this young girl who was an orphan and taken in by this ninja master, for lack of a better word, this old sage kind of guy. He tells her a story of an evil that he helped vanquish in the past, and that is kind of related to something that is going on in the town. And he asks her to, at some point, leave and fulfill his quest in a way. And things just get bonkers from the minute she leaves her little temple area. And there is so many cool little things in here, and I'm very curious to see where this goes. Yeah, if you love Berserk, you'll love this. If you love just it's a weird samurai feudal kind of feel, super good stuff. Please check it out. If nothing else, just, you know, your mouth will drop open at the art. Really good books this week. I'm very pumped for this one. I'm probably going to add it to my bin. It's just beautiful. All right, guys, that is it. Welcome to the end of the video. You did it. You did a good job. That's it. I really don't have a ton of things to plug this week. Just have a good time. Be excellent to each other. If you're getting your vaccines, get out there. Just be good, people. Just have a good time. And we'll see you back here next week. That's it. You guys are excellent. I don't have to tell you guys how to live. You guys are awesome. Keep at it. Put a smile on somebody's face. Not used to being the positive one. You'll figure it out.